Asempa 94.7 FM so eni Ekosiisen adwumadie ene eguso ayede ema na kasima enson na nonum abo 7 minutes to 5 ewo Asempa FM so dwumadie ayede ebrewi ye kra wo yetwe ho aba yenyasan aba na happy birthday enkoma patience asafo ajei Patience Asafo Ajei house mistress ewo Menya Krobo Senior High School na nyankume ya adomo akwasieda na anti Patience ye o birthday efri nana sefachum ene national pension scheme ho na nana ye adwuma nana se oba penny Patience Asafo Ajei Asafo Ajei porada Patience Asafo Ajei house mistress Menya Krobo Senior High School osinyankopon onhia o onye okese na omma wani suade hunu nyina no emrem enne so awoda sonko enko ema ya yenua ba madam Mavis Kumi enne sia Kumi na ye birthday eti ba bia wo bia na Mrs Kumi nyankopon onhia no onye okese wagukuduro su we are sweating you. Bema ya unene na mi adi you. Adi you di mikaso kwa kwetia. Wari ya watu akuma kwa. Nyame mo akukuduro no mo Mavis Kumi nyame omma akukuduro no mo ene chese enwenta so ya wo de tai yenua bema ye chi no. Yankopon omma wo mpa aba. Omampa kwesi se botaye simonu so no ebetumi abam eneso ha sei nenso meme de na midi kan ede ama no erikagei eso se memfa nchachiri na memfa emawo wa unua bema erikagei osi nyankopon nhia na onye okese pa oba Mavis babia wo bia abusuafo empanimfo asi adwai ye bekoso na ansa na no enura ade ba ko ehia me wo mayimu pa wo yo batan bia so e wo se ehia wo se wo ba betumi aredi na obetro to read and write ade ebu a ye nyina ma yetumi ko yanim kakra emfa ho ni nkurase a ye ko ye school villages a ye ko ye schools a ye de be pie nkran no ne ebu a ye library so be kona book no ho na wafa no wakan ne wote ase ne wonte ase ye de nkakran saa ne ehu akenkan yi bi kakra de na mi ehu bi e wo ho no mo na enega na wahu mame ode mame nkwa ma so nura hu se ye bie library kese e wo nkran ha sei na empanimfo a woda Ghana library ano ye ne won entwetwe nkomo na ye nhwe enura dwumadie no a ekoso no we ya hyase ye bi edi akire eba na sesen kwaku ne wode ba no anya medu why enya medu enti bomoden na mani medu na mintumi emfa empem enkomanim na abusuafo na namponsa bedi akon o message no aba bedu o se bi why problem a ye wo o my Ghana mu no eye politics bibia mu ye de politics no ekom say ye to say ye hiu bibia wo say ye dwen o man ne ho kane no obehwe na ye de politics na eye owura hefo sian ani CEO ya woda Ghana Library Authority ano Mr. Sian majo
nia let's say
adumo mpacho so
ya me ado
enra ye hudwumadie kase e koso enkran ha sei ye bie library kase pa videos ne pictures a ye nya free enra enkwala e wo honom kura o ma hyase ebi tete honom a kyesa adisua na hyase anisa library na mubia no nra no eno no eye library benya aban dia ankrankra dia sign netie
Mr. Ghana Library Authority emra etete ne se yen go for the maintenance equipment managing public life in Ghana. And as part of our mandate, we also collaborate with different stakeholders to be able to veterinary those public libraries for the use of the public. And your stakeholder engagement partner established, and it means why Emma saying, I mean, see the 49th library in the last 5 years. Ghana. So, my background. As of 2017, on a library for Ghana, one pay.
Asempa FM.
Past period, yet me a boa different partners, different stakeholders yɛtumi aboa ma 9 ɛma ɛnra yɛ 110th library ya ɛyɛ management of Ghana Library Authority ya libraries ni nyinaa tumi boa ɛma yɛ with books and computers and sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛtumi ɛnyɛ bi yɛakenka mpanimfoɔ ne kɔlaase nyinaa wɔ.
O say 110 library ɛtɔ so 110 from 2017 ne ɛmatumi asi no.
The free sex you started like Ghana since 1950 no. Enra and 110th library it is under of Ghana Library Authority. But it is also the 49th library within the past 4 years. About one sub Ghana.
49th NHS near to so a Gianai enkono. Eti yanhwa ne wo kan no. Yemfa 49 no. Eye regions ahoro districts anase hin na mwasisi no.
All over the country yes ebi o honom. Oko Ashanti region, for example, Kumawu through a part except firstly yetimi CB ewo for Amba Kumawu. Oko Putu municipality in partnership with Honorable Alexander Markin. On yetimi library every ewo so ama a lot of readers ewo Oko Upper West, Northern, different parts of yetimi expand your footprint ewo ho.
Mo footprints are mo se mo establish bi ewo hoi no. Ye bisasa yemfa Ghana nyina the state of your libraries e wo Ghana. Me baby a me ko hu ho de me se fem ye ma me ma 2 areas. Sunyane library na Kentampo library. 2 me koyi me documentaries ne niema bi wo hono. Kentampo de na nye, Sunyane de na nye. Odi emfa 2 yi enne eya breben na mokoye ye.
Eye Sunyane eye 2 libraries ani ye wo krom ho. One eye the children's library ewo ho. Minimra ukoye but for 2016-2017 na sa library na say na egu but through a partnership with Newmont Ghana yetimi renovate library electricity new ho the yakọ washroom and korafa no mu ye bi enkosuna ya ye kama internet computers now children's library. But 2003 President Kofo so we see libraries like CS3 Ghana baako ewo Upper West baako Volta region and baako Bruno Upper region. And there's a really big regional library that has been under construction since 2003. And no need ya once since 2003 because some are by way by and then contractors will be ajistano ya oma ye ejumano. And I'm really go to the process to be able to sanction that contractor now. I said the RCC can begin a new process. I think they've already started the process because that's our regional libraries. Usually, a regional coordinating council, go through the contractual process, award the contract, forget funds to be able to pay them. In terms of now saying I know get funded information, but say all abandoned projects now they will be able to complete it. I can Volta region Volta region library those abandoned projects which government has taken directive completed. But Upper West, almost some few years ago, commission, which is actually one of the biggest libraries in Ghana now.
Na Kentampo DNA.
Kentampo, but what I know is that Kentampo, there has been the establishment of also a new library there. It's an old library, free eco new library. Yeah, finished her stocking very nicely.
It's say you can't the state of Ghana libraries are obetumi akase o ye nwie ye de ye anase ye da so nyegine mu a
advance now say libraries a living institution, which means that because of the public continuous use of it always there needs to be investment going in to be able to 2017 when this government came into power, no, not most of the 61 libraries that existed now, electricity, internet, computer, books, now almost all of them are really in very deplorable condition. Since out of those 61, about 50 of them have been renovated. I can't bear 11 be in a Yuguswa, a typical example is Tapa. And I mentioned Tapa especially because I think the mining companies there to be able to support us, to be able to renovate it and bring it up to standard. This is one of the libraries we need to work on. But that not being notwithstanding, we've managed to still do a lot in terms of area. Just to let you know how another state next year, in 1981, Ghana, now you were only 36 libraries and you're managing. Master 36 libraries, now books that were on the shelves of 36 libraries, it was 1,049,000 books on the shelves of public libraries then. Fast forward into 2016, when we had 61 libraries, the books on the shelves of public libraries in Ghana had reduced to 349,941. It's not just yes, library no ya ko bia no na so ne enfa books kura mpo yen den enkum. It's not libraries no books no so warrant here. I can't pay replace it. It's not just there was really nothing. It's not library visits, you can't patronage of libraries. Or more libraries, not just in so any Ghana have crowd. Because
Mr. Sion,
yes.
Unim, Yabashada Atron Safrona, Waba, if you hana Yanuashe, because libraries no one semno, a whole topic, I was say, ye jibre. I was say to me share patronage, no nipa no kura kum. And they are for Quansoa, ye faso, Edican kind no. Yet so I'll quite no aqua book na say, ye can't digitization, no most madruho, ye do bebe fee a brace him, na yabet was free Hawaii.
Made us because we've done a lot. Digital library, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Me and Fausia. Abusia CEO ma Ghana Library Authority, Ura Hayford, Sian, and no attraction and common. Say beginning no ye to foundation ni year fapem no ya ntu ni ye pa na wo kosku a bra wo bre no hu embani form sam makwa ba biu
ya me de ye so
me nim se ma bre so no na library no wo hono mo a mo kokenkan bi ana se me nim bra sha CNS
ebi the kind of mamentia and yanuna dophobia every mutie minia bako Felix Kakari o team o miami kumo kumeni mechiano ana minia kwamboachi ofiachim aginase
ya unia na tisi baby e wo se osi no na na wako unia
na say bi say na kwaye me wife birthday o say me wish
no na me hwe say obeka du unia na ede na unia ba nsa na ayiraba Ebi
etoso no mama wish me my wife happy birthday na me say nyame nshira emano say nyame nyini fi adom nko adom na onye ne kese na oma na abutre onza me ankasa me ha dream pa
ohia poma
oma na abutre a obitimi de atena me ho ache akwa afebo na onto ne nsem so to say near Dana Kuma be so nyame de enyama no na mini James unim say na Monday na woda ene mama wish no happy birthday so
ono baby we free no ni awoda o
ene meni ni nyina the same soup
oni awoda ekeje oni awoda
meni ni the same soup
birthday no obi wo no meduru ha na ne yira na se nua bi kai ni se unim se na your birthday o se sa mi we figura ya wasafo no
o generic ya bo the same league the yemo no so ni trinkwa na ebi meko asema bisa amen so library ni de in fact nyame ncha de ye de so ani nya kakra ko memeko abahin school ewo Barras Teshi Barras ya me Dr. Koboy mo ne we nyina yeko the same basic school, Armed Forces basic school. Na nyame ncha de na library bi obaras nim. Anim say soldier for ade de na omobo ho ban hwe so yie ni ade discipline wo. Nti okwa na mete word we me hu for the first time say silence is golden. Nti ura honum say ya na kasa de obi ankasa. Ye de aboho peche kese. Ti nyina wo ya akwa ura ho no hu say no also comport won ni ade nti. But I know how these libraries helped. You JHS near there near TTFIA initiate and the one year kind papers near day. While in away with the times here better mana SS admissions near the beba. Inti libraries near very, very important. Even after SHS any university time. Bakubi kwa mekai what they call ministries parliament side George Padmore. Yeah, I remember in the past class my office and I say me feel say na men call lunch near there meeting me kokotena o kind now share school for near there ba ho be sua there with media students near there na che say enika eboan so pa so at least kwampo say wo ye adwuma na bi betime afi office akotena library be esua bibi nya din for some it's very, very important, you know. Say you revive libraries now say you DC any so say you be dia. I think it's about time say you better libraries near, especially books I the go on near the what's the day when say libraries or Ghana because books ni be na cake. Be na irrelevant. Be na books ni be kwa say we akwa na okofa hu say o kan kwa won tefi hu baby e kwa sinti you best show mo so say library board and library authority no muntwa omani hwe no mo first there was this Ghana Book Trust and nkomo boa libraries no omo nso sakwa tom books cheap ni ade sane ma we nyina echo down so no na affecting kwara adisua ene omo kan ko nti megidi se emra so se ye bekenya mu na emu apeja because you say mantem no bebre o wa menye sure say library ni kwa hu bi o mantem bebre ene ha dwen
adabraka heya na ba ku bi wo sa traffic light na se ho e say wudu ha se yatum ase ye bie unhu ne ye no community just say encouragements ni yo honorable mame honorable so yetimi ahihya kodu se ye wo community library for wo honomo etika wi school a wo bi wo ho wo be fia community ho bi wo honomo na just say enka kwofom a na honorable making yenumo a enkron ketewa mu ye free ho ba enkran ya sei no ye na chese o ye kan se mu ya ye need to meet it se obekọ busa ne mpotem mu busa senda maka ho
sanda maka ho sanda man ya ne capital
yes obekọ ba bi ti se sanda ma na library wo ho a ebeboa nkwala nketewa na wo ho eti minim sa area so no ebi wo ho.
Yes, I'm chairman here, Ernest. I'm saying, and I'm first day. I'm in a show program, so, and also to Asempa FM. I'm saying, and I'm first day. I'm a bahan. Even your sister, yes, your sister station, Joy News. They're my baho for newspaper review for some time.
Ope brofuntia.
And you're brofuntia, brofuntia, now. Ompo me asante for no pa o count the brofo no frafra munti no ya efri no ho an say the brofo ka ho ese moti ase pa
omo ye from Ashanti British
but you know can library very important indeed say we can those days so called library but for book bi ho won't mean kan but what me hwemu sa na pictures no po ni age ho then you put that the wadwene ne custody so intino ya a free village, you know. Bulsa district for some time in the library. But me kaisa a PND secretary at the time. Honorable Daniel Simon or buy no be see library.
Okay.
To be see library at that time no. Na me we me see form. Na me tifiensu me nya adwuma ye. Until there was an advert for us to go and then young call for employment to work in the library. Wow. Me kaisa that time me call ye. We went to Bolga original library. Into a call for interview, my family mom, but later on they were then calling me to come for the job. But through that time, my team uncle, and then later on had employment with Shrag as an investigator. Into my age, more Shrag and so for 10 years as an investigator for the region. Into the library is very important because some Koran pomo kotna a you imagine free bad issues. At the end of the day, we need some normal libraries. Same see which ma alcohol no alcohol. So for library it's very important, but as a nation, you fire and the resources that we need to pump into the library development and for other sectors within the academic area, we haven't done much about that. Because those days, as I hold this, I'm a tamba and crying. Me uncle, I could go and he was staying at Labone. With me bank and my National Library, just to look around things and so on. And I called secondary schools near our library crowd. So those were the things we had. But you see, modern technology in Tino, Nkorano, they are now much more addicted to computer and ICT technology. Yeah. And resource we have to blend this aspect of it with more with the library. So that even the children can have games or reading technologies on the computer that would draw them more than say on bekona read book nkwa. Some of them are cake, they are ancient time books about ancient history. If we can reduce this into ICT, into computer, it will help to develop the children by way of learning skills of reading and writing and so on. So it should not just be by so see library and see how the books are old books and new books are kofra. Your time upon the books in Dawson. These is I'm in Namukrom. I'm on 4 tom books where there's been a lot of printing of books all over there and a lot of writers, even local writers. And emphasis at time the library pointing out to me can this book. Rollins and then the Ghana something factor. Very interesting book about Rollins and so on, written by Kevin Shillington. And other books. Those days me penking campus and I say baby I'm a drone. I could lie in my room and read a lot. But
who say bet me about say no so can na di politics mu no.
It's true.
Because you were reading about the former president and then some party na mu so na be wurai.
And yes, I think I've been quite political because I'm more secondary school form 1. I was a member of the DYLG, which is a wing of the PNDs at the time. When we saw into my many being politics in temper, that was around 84 there about Form 1. So into all the things on the revolution, sometimes not run as by a crumpa and the year no kunadu or bapa tembi or bani akwishamo near about revolution. Jumsa and I'm not mature and Korana revolutionary songs and near my baby. Yes, Keda. So I grew up in that. So library is very important, not just for students, but even for research purposes, for say economic research, social research, even medical research and so on. This almost developer they have to do well and do it and blend it with modern technology like ICT and so on. And then if not, some of them are on pornographic material and other wasteful social issues. And most of the crimes are it's as a result of the fact that almost the waste sometimes even midnight they are on the net. Small children, small boys and girls. It leads to rather vices no musian and yadisian no musian. So they have to blend it with modern ICT and technology.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, bet yes, sempa emu yede femu buono. Kwanye betumi afaso na agina yi amagana for ho adwo eno na yede ebehye ase ne emfase dani bi emma enwuma ebo ye chidom Rosters Roofing Systems adawroma chense papa yede bodan so no abusua mesrew ewo krom ewo dwaso wokọ baabia na obi ka che say to enchense fa bodan so ye bisa no say ye Rosters enchense ni bia na e say enchense no omunkoa na de enchense ya badwa so a enchense no ne kala wope na wuchusuo na se ye de mawo so a enye se bia afiachi ye se enchense no ewe na dabi Rosters enchense no ya ye kala no de afra kama ene ye de emawo e protect wo dan no ankasa isiso na nei ya ye allowing chassis no so ne dade no a ye de gudan so ansana ye de enchense no aguso no ennem fa nnuye nwu dan so udi nnuye gu dan so ankanka bewe woda dem ma na efrofro gu so mesrew Rosters adaroma enchense papa na ode aba wo betumi atobi dia board so ye water sheet na bo honomo ya chese no so utumi de board so a kama area no bensa nko awodan no edamu sonko mesrew fra 054 43 38 041 and as 0243 690 402 eye papa na ne bo no so efo roster san wo ye wadwuma asa destination penimfo so wogusu e ka tiefo se nyame ya dom a afi Commonwealth Games no ebenya baso Birmingham 2022 ebeba so games na wo kono ye mpese wo bekwa koduru na babia wo beda wo ticket wo so de konyina na wo huni obeye eti asa destination plus mpanimfo se wo be konkon ade a wo visa no ye beboa wa moaje wo koduru a babia wo beda ye be hwa ma wo koduru na wo se games no wo be kobia ticket wo so de kono eno so ye beboa wa mo nya ticket no wo wie na so wo be koto ewo Birmingham hono mo a eno so to no ho nhyehyeye ye be ye de ama wa ensiso nko wa siso kwa obeyira ma asa destination plus mpenimfo emfa wonko na 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games no usukobi na akoduru a bibia deda na kwamu emawo number abefre so na ne asa destination plus mpenimfo atwetwe nkomo no 026 64 22 304 misimu bio 026 64 22 304 ene ofra empanimfo ewo asa destination plus one obetwetwe nkomo aboa wo kama ena agbeve herbal center wadawoma mona soap mona cream ene so yede agbeve herbal tea aba sa tea etu stress ase wo ye adwuma edu ba bi a chese wo fro steps kura utim se wabre uhia agbeve herbal tea no stress tea wono mo ete stress na se ede mawo mona soap ni mona cream ne de wo hoda adwuma so eye no eguso a ebo adwuma no a etibo moden ko nani mpanimfo entwetwe nkomo na se so tuom last stop na abedu a yade foforo bi aso a ha wo no wo kwa wonum beboa wo ame yatumi atu ase kama ede amawo mpanimfo no abo yanhase na yenhwe abusuafo empanimfo a yene wasi adwa no NSC Akumi MPP communication team member Honorable Timothy Atabuade Awonchim former MP for Busa North so ewofie ha ena mesumidin akua boachewa yiadom Ekosiisen adwumadie suni Honorable somna yenhwe yene deputy minister atwetwe nkomo energy ministry wachiremu emmoa ya ministry no o say yedi kanya ye bi na emum se foforo na aba e wo se yesan fa adwen fam obo no ba bia ne me keka kono wujiri se dia ne betumi aye na ye dia so haw na no
yo me da CBM fam obo na ya ka ho asema ka no you see there are three factors ema fam obo no cost. One is the well priced crude oil no se kosra dia na be. The second we look at the taxes. The third one is our currency. Say baby ebeduru obi anim say Ghana currency ni there are weak. If you look at the exchange rate and the cost of buying the world crude price now, we will need more dollars to buy. But the ebitima ye is the tax component of the oil. The whole thing is with the tax. Sure, taxes are there too soon. If you calculate all the taxes are about 4 cedis, it will deduct 4 cedis in the free so we can buy fuel at 6 cedis. But the question is, why are we not buying fuel at 6 cedis? Because government now catches on pesika. Into on pesika no, and a fuel is an easy way. The taxes on fuel is an easy way to collect revenue. When you impose all the taxes got to fuel, so people will buy the fuel. Especially the commercial your friend say buses, the commercial trucks, and especially in our case, commercial truck is where the effect especially because diesel is more than 13 cedis per liter. And I wouldn't say this commercial trucks and a coffee duane by the farm for free Kumasi, free Sandama around the globe. So if fuel price, if the cost of fuel to the driver or to the public transport is high, it's going to affect every aspect of it. So taxes na a wash so taxes na say share. Are the taxes necessary at this time of the economy? At this time, obi a ho akire no ho ewo wiase nyina na government nyina ho no omo ye de ombeye ama amanfo ho ahehan omo no ye de ye taxes and we say we are not going to tie the taxes because it's an easy way to do what, to rake in revenue for our government. And me tea president no some I think about 2-3 weeks ago I say taxes na wo fuel so muntimi nya hwe o muntimi yi taxes in free and that the taxes on the fuel the revenue they get is about 4 billion Ghana cedis. It is the president and the managers of the economy catcher say the world price of fuel echo $150 like in your Duncan Amoka say by December it is projected say the crude a barrel will go to $150. You know, are we going to continue to increase the price of fuel? Because we increase the price. Are we not going to do anything as a responsible government, as a government that the people of this country, mom so many revenues. The total revenue at the this government is over 530 billion Ghana cedis. And a year high will this money has not been invested in the economy. And can you invest way in the economy? And the economy need be and the other areas are revenue. We will not necessarily rely on the taxes. We will not necessarily rely on the taxes because there will be other areas. And there's so much corruption and wastage in the economy. Share about a month ago, Daily Graphic front page. The publication was that 9.9, almost 10 billion Ghana cedis, Aira, we lost it through the benchmark values. We lost it through how can a country lose such an amount? Almost $2 billion. Look at the amount of waste. COVID sika I said the year Jumano, DNA Pompico share elections. So we have created a hole. So sikaka kray nyano ekoho numa enye mother we have created a bill
sasemi a wo kan say covid sika ye de ko share elections mu eno no ye reporter wo de wo free parliament na ba ye no ye reporter ye bu nkonta wo covid no ho a kire say covid sika no ye de sika sei na ko share elections mu ye de sika sei ko share ha na say information if
if my information it's not accurate, and those who have the information, I didn't know information about Bonti. Me and first Kabia Mammy. The people of Ghana didn't give me money. They gave to the Maoma by Moma Yato Yato Abana Mom so managing this economy to the best of their ability. Yeah, auditing. On all government agencies, it's how auditing a Maya who say over 33 billion Ghana cedis has been lost. Is that not it? Why has the issue of COVID been skipped up to today? And all of will be a challenge. That's how we are finance minister, we are the president, and you and our person Sikana idea showns and you use it for judicious purposes. Why? It is not an issue that we are bargaining. It's a responsibility. In fact, they must be accountable. It is
yenya sa accounts no from the ministry then yeah to me speculate say elections.
In fact, we are even supposed to speculate more to force them to bring. Why shouldn't we speculate? I initial bottom. That's why I say scanner show bottom 1,000. That's what saying 1,000 now. One of the catch I'm saying 1,000. And baby, where we are in this country, information is critical to development. If you don't give accurate information, among folk they will use the information they have dangerously, and you cannot blame them because the information is with you. So, if citizens, which is a right to know, now say your mouse can de etie, now then on kuntabon de 1%. Your mouse can you went to World Bank and took about IMF 1 billion. Bank of Ghana gave you over 10 billion. The total amount of money is over what? 33 billion. What I'm simply saying is that the wastage and the mismanagement of the economy is what that has brought us so far to this. To the extent that whole now are creating. We can no more manage the debt. Into any attempt by the government to reduce the taxes, they cannot even get money to pay salaries and to meet recurrent expenditure. That is the issue that is confronting the government today. And also no share government or case or ba maimuno and yes or the throne be juma or the or ba production to be able to move people from taxation into production, which is good. So the people of Ghana voted for them, ana what kroma what said they can't far taxes won say taxes there a lazy man's job. And yes, I know kroma to the extent that even Vice President His Excellency Boy Mekachi so no Bank of Ghana no nim say sika ho e de be adwuma. Wokasa nneema we nyina I don't need to go by wokasa nneema we nyina na say chire ye the power na ma say be ye ne ehwe na say oba say wuntimi a what do you do as a leader? You eat a humble pie. Obesa ba no aka say nsem na me kan no me hunu say economy ne sa na ekọ ma hu say wo bu man na ana e ka say wo twa kwan a wonim say kwan na chia obi ogina ho hu say wo twa kwan na obetima hu say kwan na chia na say a culture. It is not just the NDC that is saying. Every reasonable, from lecturers, from pastors, from ordinary people on the street, ukwa abontis is here. You can see it written on the face of the people. You can see it. Fango born baby econo. That is why I make ano. It is a drew 150. Are we going to continue to increase? Then productivity will come low because obi oye government ejuma take aswa. Binu to win babahamo. Binu to Dodowa. They cannot even come and do teachers who are in Dodowa and teaching in Accra Central. Omedaba. Civil servants omedaba. Government must be proactive. Government catch said they were going to reduce expenditure. Recurrent expenditure. But government posture and say they are in for the good of the people of this country. Every sector. Look at every sector. Look at the number of if you're in government, what do? You reduce your expenditure. We have said it time and again. And because we didn't also invest in our infrastructure and on sectors that can pay back, we've used the money for consumption.
Now, Oka say you cut it down on expenditure. So, Obasha budget and for approval in Parliament for ministries and agencies. No penny for you, Sikano, you better to so kakra. Sika was a day, mano. Aketria ministers ni be name penny for ni be sending a mabreso some time ago. Mampeni that John Dramani Mahama ye say, yet titete Aketria be so near the Akoshe Sia Sabia chip compounds and no yet a more mabreso. It's in nay we sa kasna Mampeni diabano and also nyebia or modia cut down on expenditure. What kasa what
you have to account for their artisanal. Okay. Yeah, artisanal is here they see cheap compounds and it's there for people to see. If you cut on your appointees, then I'll say, but the posture of the government doesn't show that they are cutting and just cutting it from what? From fuel consumption, from your basic salary, or from where? As with by documents here, the president has employed more presidential staffers, over 300, increasing the expenditure, and not just say. You are genuine enough to cut the expenditure you are complaining about all over the world. Se country no ekwe nim na se nema no nkoye na asetena mo ayedin. You show humility, you show respect to the people of the country. You don't come then somehow catch a man for no mpo no omotia. How can a senior minister say that muntimi and to petra mon pack mo cars? How can a senior minister talk like that to people when at this time we are sample, look at we are man for. Even your own party people are not happy with your behavior. Your conduct, the utterances from people who are in charge of the economy of this country, and just say they are in for the people of this country, but they are in for almost selfish greed. Look at the level of corruption. Look at the allegations of corruption. How can a government appointee back home? Who couldn't fear cast a pack on when you're small? How can government appoint like is it Eugene Aye? And the documents back on this on was see 32 flats with other descent just within a period of 4 years. And he works directly at the presidency. No investigations. It needs to be investigated. It's not just about that. It's not just about Chisanyo. Then we can fight corruption. As an investigator. Yeah, no, but we can fight corruption if allegations are made against me. That's my chance. We have to go into it. You have to. How do you fight corruption when allegations are made against a public officer? Then allegations against me, Brand Mark, I say, oh, my chance until we should leave it like that. I've damaged his reputation. So the government must be seen. Say, oh, yeah, Juman, or this kind of year, Juman, because taxes naba. And our culture was from the beginning, say, over 530 billion. of revenue that has been returned to this government. We show more flashy programs in one village, one dam, one district, one factory, free HSS, and all those things. The total amount of money I'm spending is 42 billion. So the government is holding over 450 billion Ghana cedis. Do you think if this economy, if this economy pia 450 billion into the economy would have expanded and absorbed some of these challenges and created jobs and created ways of taking revenue? All these things, they cannot account for them. They can work a company and say a free HSS. But look, me ban first year, just this year, I paid more than the amount of a year me turn near my coin, a chain 4,000. My boy, and he's coming home today. Almost fee, almost coffee for up to September no school. So that 2 months, as I'm a friend saying, extra classes teacher for them to teach him. So did we go? Did we come? We share statistics I share from the World Bank. African countries who are spending more of their GDP into education. Ghana is not part of it. Ghana is not part of it. Same in Canonamity. Even in Togo, fuel is cheaper. Burkina, fuel is cheaper. Into the Ukraine war no anto mubiana, they are on an island. Or COVID na anto mubiana. And monkeypox in the HN. Which of them? That Ghana alone, the expenditure is so outrageous, or more accounted for what they spend, and other than talk about. In fact, it is for you to account. Say the bear, we didn't be clear, say you didn't spend the money frivolous like we are alleging. Say if we are even alleging, at least I know that the candidate our Tamale, your friend saying Tete, something Tete, he gave her part of the account, so it's left with the rest to give the account. On the records that we hear. So until this minister say ways to handle the petroleum product. We have to reduce corruption, reduce our expenditure, make sure that Sikana every taxes now. It would bring revenue by itself. You get it? The taxes we take should be pumped into sectors of the economy that can create job, that can create revenue by itself. Basically, we can't account for it. And when you look at the Auditor General report on the various sectors of the country, it's bad, and it's bad name for it. The government is bracing up so $1 billion loan. Now, and yet government catcher say e-levy no be solve everything. Look at what they said about the e-levy. Say e-levy and bar you be increase fuel. E-levy and bar as a free HSS be trim. E-levy and bar e-levy be than be beer to solve the problem. And the e-levy came. Now the e-levy have come. Taxes on petroleum product, you cannot even give the people of this country a respite kakra. Munti mama homo kakra.
But e-levy say omo chire ni omo de beye.
Omo chire. Omo ka say amba
4 points na ba ye ni edi e-levy ni be nti ni e wo ka say e-levy ama ye ntumi nya hwe no.
Anya na meka o. Anya na meka yo. Ministers na kan.
Ministers no na kan.
Government appointees said those things that if the e-levy doesn't can they'll cancel what do you call it? Free HSS. If it doesn't come, they are not going to get fertilizer. I'm not in government. I'm not the one who's going to receive the money. I'm not catch say anya e-levy now. Binu ko kan no ko gina say anya e-levy mpo e be call IMF. So if without e-levy go to IMF and where it has gotten to, it's just like IMF na do time as omo call. Na the omo kan President John Dramani Mama office now call e-levy no yet or call IMF no yet to say the IMF there. It's a no go area no. You see no ho abechiro mo person mo console, but they are thinking about what people will say about them. So they are squeezed into a corner.
Mama found see because IMF there wo kan no. E-levy asem ya wo kan ho enchinwahye ne ba ye no. Empanimfo kan ye say omom pese ombekọ IMF na no de eye no eti ye E11 no but say with the introduction of E11 no sa kasa on pese on moko IMF and o mu hu ni on be ya e be me nwanwa
ebe nwana wo publications no 1 billion
so moko
deputy minister for John Kuman, Dr. John Kuman was say they may be forced to go to IMF
if and if in shewo
na if shema send the nyam as on one car say they will be forced to go there. I didn't say that. I don't run the economy. On the car na sena medika into na sama free na no buy no and they would have been discussed, but they are doing some media once one person bring if they want to go and take major government decision, what they do is that they'll put it in the media for discussion. No into discussion they will be looking at the pros and cons of it. Into drew nimna say almost say they have to go there. So the public they can always test the waters.
Me that say.
Thank you.
Honorable Timothy Atabwade Awonchim, former MP Busa North, and wode nasem atudwan yeguso Ekosiisen dwumadie so enie Ernest Yakumi ewo ha. Ernesto so mayen.
Etifo nyina na asa honorable de bokoboko sa so ofaya film pa. Misa asile wa tubi afim pa.
Ernest manya bisa. And then
Ebi nyame nim no kra ni fuo e wo nsunsan so obi bia brabo so. Unlike sana ya yenuanom bi pese omoma yeti ase se enipe bi anaso obi wo man mu a no de ontofuo anase onto petru intino koba ne se to petru mu a enha no me de megidi se enye nokre se petru no ebi kwampa o ye ni free wo office kwampo na senate bia na wabusuani bi wo ha no de tofuo a bia ne kone ne banyina no efiwo anye kwampo no inuane ne ade a yekofa fi echi ne bento eba nkramemu ha ebeton ne ade ndodo ni nyina no ye de ehyen ne ade ana ekofa ba saa ehyen so ede kofa ba ne ade asefuo ne ede power wo enti ewo nsunsuanso wo obi bia abrabo so etifuo ya asemo a se koba ne se price ne kosro ana se ye tumu amana bro so na se ye nyina ye ka ade wo se ye ka no kre kwan so ne ye hwe ne kwan a ye befa so a ye betimi aboa ama ye koye nim no ye nyina ya ji atumu se this is the way to go. And no na many deputy minister no adwin se bebi a ya bedu no we can have a dispassionate conversation about it. Ye nyina ebetimi di asem no kre kwan so na se koba ne se ye kan ya na opposition for di omrika mampamrika beka chezo ye nte taxes so asisa o te taxes so anasa na de nti ameka so mo di mampamrika ne se be nye se taxes wo fu o sui aban bae na sa taxes ni nyina ebe she fu o so na ewo ho ewa bra na aban dada na ewo honom enti se se na eye waste na esu ni mfa so se wo no ma senka o ma mfa nto so but the sense ne wo dwuma bidie ebi meba
honom a ye wo reason se de to so sa bre no ne na ekoso ene nam so a ebi honom atases ne ye de to so ebi wa ne hunsam kura atwam ene da so ededa so eti so o ka se na ho nya afa ne ye de ba ya
ebi wo honom a duration na ye ma ni na etwem ba se ne pompon so ana ne purpose nti a de tax na ankasa to so no o ka chem se etwem a me be din se meji atum because the condition now and the condition then no e bi asesa kra kakra bi den ti na make us asem ne show ni nti a make us asem ne show se hwe e bi ti se road fund a ye kan wa asem e da fu osi so nim sa aban dada ne kokra ne ye de age bosia de dada. And near many who can say Esla Kra has also been hedged already. So what I say, most of the taxes in Kakan Kaka Dafu and so no, yet the Butaibia see and so say near Pesse ye. Etinebia de a copy on Busiana said a copy on Sika Edi Jumediebi. Etienne Edi one dances says Sikan air called Jumediebimu and now Butaibia and also here or mine. It is an opportunity cost. You have to choose one variable. Say ye be sa taxes nefi onum. Ne ya pe kwan fufuro bi so. E they are funding those projects. And now can be so let's cut down on expenditure straight away. No be a jump ya kwako jina onum. Cut it down on expenditure. No there is the easiest to be a betting account. but nasi now sisia on say honorable can straight away no catch us government machinery enipa na increase eti no na wo se ete but bi so mo say ye te so akosu dodo ben sen ye betumi save wo so sa savings no e betumi undertake projects no project e bia for instance e bia road fund anase esla sa percentage na yenye film sa sika dodo no ejuma yetumi di ye no sa percentage ko no mpese e cut fee office of the government machinery ni so no bisa se sa sika na betumi aye sam impuntu njuma na the answer is no. Secondly, obisa won say meba
nya sam impuntu njuma na intimi nya hwe so
o betumi aye bibi e betumi aye bibi but in the end say if it is going to give you some marginal effect adena so say I to say uye obatan na otifie na usike yie ni ade so wo hwe na say usike yie ni ade e koso wo fie ni ade a na pese wo cut down wo hwe akese no de ka akese brɛ no no na ye tete so ana bia enye sa na nye de office nkete a bi obatan so ne wo mamu no ozie we de ye kye hu koma wu ani na mu ebi mu aska no wan na bedi so baby on a more serious note no on say ye can fuel issue a one uyi taxes ade if you on ma ade ba ko a edi yenya exchange rate differentials no na enu nti be hwa adanka mo abetena skillfully no bog Togo no bog Burkina no bog Cote d'Ivoire no catch us ho no ade no mo de mo ton less so what I say ni nyina differentials he knows and then nanti na honorable so di make or citing straight out Togo so a ton less but the truth is that yen nyina enim say CFA na ho den enye the same as CD. That is the difference. That's the absolute truth. So you say maybe entry meba
ntimi nya ni bibi mani nyina
ebi abotre say meba so nya abotre one after say meba nya abotre me shasem ne ba
sese
wonim say CFA na ho den na ni CD no enye the same emre bi eni echekwa etwa mu kra na ban hyehyeye say yenuanom ekra fa ho ne de ba no so mo pe even amano ni sika na say dollar no e de akokra fa ho na omondele direct with Bank of Ghana ni nyina ye nhyehyeye aban ni ye say some of this impact and na say nsunsuanso a ebeda fa ho bo ne so no a ebeba ye ntimemu for so no ebeba form ni nyina ye nhyehyeye ni bio na coming back to question obisa say ye sidi ni ye ntimi nhyehyeye ma sidi ni njina no sidi ni nhyehyeye na ebegina no ni nyina a long term decision a sabi no ntimi stand and ntimi nka say emitia debia an aban bia ba o catch it is a structural your friend say change a we say eba economy nim na sa structural change no baby bia ni owiase afana mo de 4 years and I say 8 years e make sa structural change no it takes deliberate effort in kaka eti aban ba he o hwe ni nkomodi oni edi ni effort a put in say je beboa amanka Ghana sika na etimi ejina brane nanka fuo enkoso no aban bo ni umodin bia na mu no emitia wa bia na se mreni eche ya na enam ewiase niama bi mu ankoye ofa covid on one hand ofa de ekoso international market ni ade a anama ye sika na hoden impact on ye to this level be it as it is an Americano until se obenya sa structural change we no ebi we ye den sika na hoden na so beti. That is the no crane de ba kope whether was san ban we dey ban for bad ban to aso ni ade ba until sa structure of the economy no esesa kodu baby a ye nyina be sampa the structure of the economy has changed ema ye niam ye kraba kroma no esote ema ye niam ye de kwa amanyoni anasa amansen gwa sokoton no ekosro then we will begin to see the strength anasa ye sika na hoode no se bekoso na ya start ye nya sa benefit we say ni so ebi etimi efi sa niama we mu na se ebi ye kanisa na se ye tutu mampa America ni ebe ka se oh aban no wasteful expenditures eni niama na was aban ni cut it down ni yi taxes ni adi fi so ye moa Sabi the regulation ya ene ye kan wan say me and this aban that you wan na the regulation by you omo ba ye nyina e be so mo hu say that is the way to go say in terms of fan obo no the prices will be determined by market forces aban there ono se bi network akra bi ni ade no de beto so me de bia ambisa nkofo say what would have been you started pray say aban yi to no e bi say onim say aban yi to ni fi so a enne ya anka ekoso nke ye besan ba be pray ade foforo say aban san yi bibi foforo mfi so na nke ne kwa ade biem ne ye san pray. That is the absolute intermediate. Me face emra ba say ye besi pon ye si ni ye ni edi hu nkomo ni ahwe se e kwan ben ye de sa fa ngo boyi ni ade be fa so a enkoba se da ne da ye besan be tena se ni ye twe aban say ye aban we say dachi bi aban yo na ye twe sa aban zo aban be yi we mfi so aban be yi we say mfi so. We need to look at this conversation. Na me make say me there me ni deputy minister ne ya adwen say se besi fon a yensi pon no e wo ne kwan so na yenhwe kwan e be fa so na say yenuanom bi anaso no abuka ana covid sika and yembu covid sika ho akonta ne ade dem me face say na ma ni nyina no it is highly unrelated to this. Honorable mathematics bia or ye see ye say metia na ye mesri kakra or say your flagship program nyina no say o kan bom 42 billion cedis.
Yeah.
Ana ye a 450 billion ababedi aban unaccountable.
It's
How
true.
do you do this mathematics?
No, it's true.
Even on the surface of it, bones are flawed because honorable maminka bibin show. Now the flagship program spending aban expenditures. So you cannot just say
I am not
no. It is first of all not true.
My
Say,
brother,
no, nyabutel now. What do you mean? Just write it down. What I say. First of all, no credit da. So we are buying flagship programs here put together near 42 billion cedis. And I will say your TFIMA straight line calculation to what TFIMA 450 billion. Abedi are buying unaccountable. How can you do such a mathematics? Na sabi we flagship programs require put few on one. Into my undertake project BABM. And other programs, other road infrastructure, and yama ye any expenditure. Then expenditure. It don't even draws our straight line calculation. You know, I to say sometimes you num be tron no matimiaka so. And this ya buying if you are buying mono na a car Ghana my din you know so 120 billion. Abutre o de abutre. So bawmia ne kan ya. Bawmia
no ye munipo no ne kan.
O de nya abutre se ira bawmia ne kan ya ebi. Kono kwaji bisia 120 billion. Bank. Neja after 4 years na ka say o kan gusu 120 billion. Neshe say it will make sense to one kasa wadria. No, year on yakachemo then interest near there ba even the differentials in terms of the currency. Busiana oko boy no sikana wadi ba phone nya na ekoso. It won't mean ba metana straight and wakaze na your time no na busiana your boy nyina ye say and then increase ya could do something yaka nya yen chichin fa so bo no and so aban. We've explained this time and again. Na ebi say okay kan nyina ekokosia. Media me face say emre aso ema ye nyina na se ye du empempen so say experts ene ye nuanom a enimu we say no media me face ye tena se ne esi pon ne edi hu nkomo na sa aban tax no ana aban fi say obeye hu bibi ama na aboan a aban hwe na onye sa de na emfa mboan ba say ye ndi sa nkomo no na enipa bi etugum na obi e kan de opebi aso ana aban etimu ede na wo sa aban se na me face say Sabaya aban first stakeholders meeting na omuni omuntinase na omunsi nkomo omuntwetwe nkomo omutwetwe nkomo a some of these things will come to play eba to play so a yebehu sana yebete so say bia eba say taxes no ana omudi nkomo na aban face okay nkomo na ye di ne ohwe nsusan so e wo economical like I said no say before okoso a enye nipa ba akofo whether we MPP ni whether we NDC ni e nsusan so wo abrabo so Saso me yete so na se obi timemufo ye wo han ya mfa won ne wa manyokuo ye nyina na beboan eti se wo si esipon ne ye hwe no nokre kwan so a ye hwe ne sa nokre kwan no so na mboan na se ebia ye kan na ye de bia ba besim na ye do covid na ya ka se covid sika kra no ye de bi koye election ana ye de bi koye se honorable ti onim se sa asem na o kan no enye nokre. It is never stated anywhere.
Brother, you'll be surprised if the audit is done. You
see, audit, maybe say issue so. But now many can say it is never stated anywhere. Say the COVID sika koye elections. No.
No one will state that they use. But we got let me tell you. Even look, my brother.
Then
okay, and the dear am this kind of year.
Near say tie.
Your
COVID relief fund.
Your candidate. Na me be say honorable say the information ni free here. Or jitu say or speculate because or munya information no.
But that is also wrong.
Beyond that,
because
nyabute. Yeah, catch them.
Oh, on a would chotu nyabute. Chotu on a miyana would Ebi, Sabi, the fact say omunya information no. And non chess and Nana me yera kukuba kobo for no crowd or can simple. Was say, won't you mean creative own mess? Now may invite us here may interrogating mess no. And you will be intimate to number and to mukeke. No, to nasem ni to man, no way inviting me no me and say, Yembe interrogate assembly on the
parliament. Ernest, dear ne prevent mose mubebun kontano.
And kontani dear, Ebi. And then I may catch obi. Your state institutions are always a boom wa konta. And there may no say right to information bill or no. Information be also hear from the appropriate agency or state institution say opese uhuno. Or request ya on sabeka. The other means since when they say a year to sound for no finance minister never call parliament. No ako boom konta because Ghana man rani say. Yeah, constitution Ankasa is based on probity, accountability, and transparency. Abain beyond so we see us to say MPP amanyo kueno. It is in our own interest, say yebebun kontache Ghana for. Na Ghana for sebino or madrin anyo montanta. It immediately jidi say abain no pepemu say yebebu sa kontano ade ache Ghana for. Na specifically in parliament asema ye kan hu say no. Yebeba parliament in seven so. Okay to them. My enwie fam go na say no. It is obi be catch us say ye the COVID sick be koye election e bi Mrs. ni who ensi o baby and ensi o Ghana ada say the COVID sick koye election. It is never done anywhere. It yen na ye ka asem na yen ka no krom na sometimes na nipa bi person create impression you say krom ai so obi person ko election na so mu say election beba. The easiest thing for the opposition to do is to create in the minds of Ghanaians say corruption ketasi shebi koso and as a misapplication say sika wo say ye didi juma bi ni yamfa sa sika no endi sa juma na wo say ye didi no nti obi a sorry a nti wo hwe ne no endi sini bia honorable kwa ne kwa can be o studio o say auditor general report na wo hwe mu asika akodi nkofo nchen. I always keep telling people say it is never true. And Yama who auditor general's report in and yen no says sana yen yanum na cheche ne poor modern nam say sikebi say akwa di ni pebio enti asisi so betimi akwa jisa sika no all of a sudden if you sa auditor general report na ye no sebi no se ne ya etie sa sempa mode ebia Ghana Revenue Authority foka it will be accounted for in the audit report ni say sika Ghana Revenue for intimi njiji ye ebia 1 billion cedis. When he says a commissioner to one among say or the more court na musumu tu ahwan among say mutia musika na it is enye sika irao mutia na coin to government cafes and is being used and so we better na ka just say yes sika Ghana Revenue Service ntimi accounting for 1 billion cedis and na nyina am ye crash you see any sika enyu fa yen sase dos nti yen ko gigi sa sika ni na ma yen adwuma bia okruma sa mathematics is totally wrong. Eti nyina ye njintum de njai san kuntabuo na ye buche nkofo no na ye hwe kwan a ebetimi afaso a ge beboa ene amene wo ka say it's not as if say bibi cause o Ghana en cause wo wiase o. Look obi obeka che o say obe take advantage of what is going on economically in terms of ewiase nyina no na wa ba be painti image bi a che o say sabi abanya a otisu itu anamon bi a ensese otu eti na bia ama ye gina bebi e gina nsa nipa no otu mfutu agu ye nyina ye ni
yeda se Ernest Yakumi ena yate nenka no MPP communication team member former candidate Akwatia constituency enche yebekọ yasemu a edi ho no mo eso yebehwe emrahye bedwam se yeto nsa frɛ minister bi na minister no ama standing orders or de ye adwuma emrahye bedwam constitution no dien sanction se na womu a yetumi edema minister kro no empra hinkura na ye frame minister bi na wa ankwa yetumi ka se wabu mrahye bedwa no animtia ye bekọ ho no mo na aseda no ye de ma seahorse engine oil mpanimfo ene mama ye hu se engine oil no se egumu aso oto mam kan se engine oil egumu aso oto se wodi seahorse engine oil egu ka mu a abusia wo ka ni sun kura no ba ji so ben nipa no ansa ne ato ka ni sun emfa ho ne ka ne type ye kura de ye wo ben se eba kama smooth na chese wode ba misro ye wo seahorse special 40 no ewo ho eno no abobo yafo mo amutwi motorbikes na pragiafo no mechanics ahuru nyina dansi o madi wo ho ne se sa special 40 oil no wodi gu ka mu a eye sonko wodi gu machine bia mu a machine a eje sa oils ni bi de wutim se we no eye special ene ye de mount nei wukoto oil ade be gu ka mu a seahorse engine oil efritete ene ye nimu o ene issue improvement abam eti upese wo engine no echi a se chipa dia eye seahorse engine oil ena me kan for ede amount sasam Ghana adawuruma ene me kasai enuro no wode bia badwa so bebre yo manfo a wai wadwen se wompe manso bia wo wabrabom ene sasam Ghana se bra na bagie aduro ya wodi besiesie ho aduro a wode bo ho ban kama wonamo a oba na ehu se oba na ebe ma na ehu se be ma na wo bai freshman capsules no eye mema de be ma bia wanum bia na danse no wo ho ena maso de fresh lady care capsules be ma ni siesie no ho oba so siesie ho na fahia no na nkansie ni ye wo fresh cold capsules and ye kokwa aduro no na ye wo fresh mixture eno boost immune system no covid ena me ye hu se chese nipadua ni nyina ni kan ye hia ene se ye boost immune system no ya de bia ba entumi enchew ene ye se monkeypox wa bai na chese asem kwala ye nim ye fra chire ba boost immune system no fresh mixture eno na boost immune system no me so pendudo mu atu a ene ye frempanifo wo 0243 559319 wo fra dodo bi a wo hia no ye de bebre wo ohaw bia so eni achie ana ye wo CBG adawruma abusia wudu sika sie na sebo ama wani ana ho na wuti bank bia ase me de sika akoto wo me de ya mepe aban de no aban de o ka empro aban ka empro MPP beko NDC beba dachi CPP beba wabado ka wode ka ubetumi age amena yeyie na emom ye enum de ya de sika kwoto a no aka cho se aban agum bank no ntu sika hye wati bida misraw CBG de aban sahase ye no nenam o se we stand with you eti upe ba bia wudu sikesie ye hodwo a CBG adawroma o se fa usika no ebeto ho no mo na eniema aka nyina ayese bible mu asem no wo hwehwe osoro ne yesi hwehwe den osoro ahenie kane na ne aka nyina ye Sunday school quotation na mire ye fi ne aka nyina ye de beka o Pentecost ni awan ko Sunday school da ne aka nyina ye de beka ho opa na CBG branches no over 114 enei mu amoye money transfer no meka cho say MoneyGram oye bi wo ho Western Union oye bi wo ho no mo Small World Unity Link Transfast ATL money transfer ena chese Pay Angel DN wonye no ho money transfer sa ye nyina no ene okọ CBG a osan eye bi wo ho eti wa twabo ho asi bibia ohyembi ene wode bu adwuma kama empanimfo mamefo manfo adwenche mienum yensa na afei yenhwe onobu atabuade wan mesa ba ho ne wo ka no wo de sima kakra ka wi a na chese na ya toa so de ekọ yanim na kwasisapon honorable ni din de Timothy Atabuade honorable so open ni din na saa na ni din no etie no an mabo ama no na atokwa amena bedu ose bi wai se wo de fam usika no mpese ebu nkonta nwumre ni emfa nko dollar mu kakra se ye de ko dollar mu a Ghana for etua $5.71 and a Ghana for etua per gallon of petrol. Canada US dollars in working. Canada for etua $9 per a gallon of petrol. Eti we no a mo kanoa mo ka na comparison no so a mo ye no mo de compare the co US Mr. Mo the co US ma Mr. Mo anya we say US de traditionally da bia o mo petrol buo no eya na ewo fom saying other countries no it is a comparison no mo ya munye ni yie na momfa so entumuti mu say wiase nyina na fam wo buo no ayedin o enye Ghana nko kwabna dentu kwabna dentu ode mami hwinte anko ode foforo ba ena akologo Emmanuel si ebiwine monto adwuma pa ne so na nyankopon enka mo se Kumase Vine Hotel ena mehwe mo ede efri kwabna de yode aba o se Ghana fo pensupa Ghana fo panyinam nkania Ghana fo ade bia bi wo man bia so no Ghana fo se yepese ye live like we are in other countries but yentua to se ne other countries su tua na yesu ka che Ghanaian se abrochie ena omo ye comparison no a omo tua taxes ena yede eye adwuma ma won Ernest Nana Yao ano dompre okra de nkomodie na udi kwakubu achese ebiwa winning bibi NDC be win 2024 elections no easily NDC elections no wanye campaign kura onamu ombeko ena George Entry o se petrol issue no enye Ghana nko enti omo kama ne yese Ghana nko ena yatum no enye Ghana nko Peter Nkansa wo se hwe ekwie kache ene se aban no taxes no be yi bi ato agu a wonyi bi ntungu ne abre onyi yi bi ntungu na Ghana fo abre ena Sedu Kasim Sedu se Sedu una okon ntokwa no wo so ade wasem betu we se we kura nka ho nti na Sedu ne wokun na wusutufo o se me de sa wo twira asem no antwira asem a mekan ye be yi na ekoya atemnidi a manu ntumi nka ho wo se Alestufo se ebiwai sefa no wahu asemu a NSA ka no maminya daje na me kan wo de no na yemfa nko no abo so mayen
some hwe at the frontier yakase covid no yepese omumbu akonta na menua no kana NS into patches mambo na your government is doing, does it please you? Is it good governance? Hwe Honorable Keno for Ataba Parliament to read the budget. What's the COVID scandal? How much did you spend? Is it 17 billion? President Nusubayan, what did the State of Nation he brought a different figure. Then Baumia brought a different figure. Everybody is giving a different figure. To settle this one, what do? You do the audit. And you must do the audit to show that you are transparent, you are accountable to the people. Your more entrusted power of the people, you use it in the name of the people, not in your name. Look, Sikasisia, the cathedral, if you look at the governance you attend, say, every man is important, like you were saying. Look, she told the toll money, we are losing over 80 million Ghana. Every Sikana ebefa free to money in about one basket near the is very important. And if it's not being done, if we don't say these things, we are not helping the government. Look, we left a lot of other things, oil field, Esla like Okasawakano, get fund, sinking fund, Exim Bank, but if you took this money, in fact, taking loan is not bad, but how you use the loan is the problem. We use loan, I say, a human audieno, senso papa be niwa, it can pay itself off, and then it becomes a problem. I agree with you that Auditor General report, there are some of the issues you can resolve. But Auditor General, I order reports now, I'll share the recommendation in the comment, the find this, he will segregate them, obey you more free, the umbit man, dear Ashirano, or I would say, okay, say CDD Ghana. In their own report presented by Professor Kwesi H. Prempe, 9.6 billion, and he used the words stolen from public funds. And he did that before you in buying. So if you have to fight corruption, that's how reports will bar. You have to go to the root to ensure that the corruption doesn't occur again. Every folder wants to fight corruption. Then you are talking about what kind of statistical service when the head CEO number presented statistical data and say statistics inflation no person share. So inflation was as a result of the Russia-Ukraine war. And when they segregated the items, say the inflation was not caused by the Russian-Ukraine war. It was internal, and all those issues were internal issues. It has nothing. That was what the statistical service said. Almost inflation about Ghana. No, it has nothing to do with the Russian-Ukraine war. After they were also interested. Not person who said, is it as a result of the Russian-Ukraine war? But when they segregated the items, they saw that the inflation items, are locally produced items. It has nothing to do with the Russian-Ukraine war. When we say, near maybe we bit my now say war now any national emergency, but even the international one, I will be able to cope with it. And say I'm just animo when to not be a defender. I don't know how Ghana is going to end tomorrow. We must accept that there's waste in the system. We must accept that small waste now bit me tumuno a bit ma obinsio ama obi anumsio. I am a tanker my sister. She say o krom ha Ghana ha. She cross foot bridges to school. When it's raining, some of them fall in it. Foot bridges, as a country, we can't do. Look at the man who are putting in cathedral. Can't we do that to save our children? Can't we do that so that Nkora, your mom 97 pesos are omintimin tokusiano, po mom diana papa no mindi. We cannot do these things as a country. That is where the waste is, and we must check it. I have find this in bar. Don't let us rubbish it. In fact, I keep saying one thing, Minya. Is destroying. In itself lies the solution. It's an advantage. Problems present solutions. We can say that for the next 5 years, we can channel it into a dump outside this country, even if we are spending $1 billion, and that dump can pay off. It can become recreational. You fish or use it for irrigation purpose. We can channel once we know. Since you know in Krahanum, these are the lines are Efebano. We can build channels to transfer the water and dump it elsewhere outside Accra. It can be used for irrigation, for recreational activities, for visitors, for tourists, and that alone, a disaster. No, it will tend to be gold for us. Because most of our planners, they don't think that we can spend maybe the next 10 years $1 billion and channel all the water outside Accra. A top operation should never found money in our Kugusa dump. Sadam will be irrigation. Speedboats can be used. People can go there to do recreational and we'll get money from it and pay the $1 billion. That is how we should think.
Yanko Emrashebejemu Ediano, so honorable. Why you Juma Mrashebejemu Edia?
Ebi na Rama nika am just an one hour can
more here be bantasa we rebatina we are rebating. Aka 20 minutes near so you be for 10 minutes na yemfa nko parliament ns kan wanu tupado
na na go bahasa that the next album no we here
so we be
honorable next time oba no be you there na so meba home yemfa Emrashebejemu de no ento aso honorable sir in madwuma yomu Parliament invite minister bi na se wa ma ebi etoatoa so na wa ma de na ye de minister ne ye ka se okay minister wadwuma ba ha bi wa ye nya wadwuma no sa na emra ne tie.
You see public officer be our year juma in an institution, there are laws wo ha emma wo ye juma na you be within the law said the be ya boomrano but boomrano so punishment is there, is that not it? It's just like even our social lives and all those things. You can go outside and drink, but if you drink and create problem, the law will arrest you. You can drive, but we flat traffic regulation now, the law will arrest you. And so now this is even the me call parliament and me free minister. Normally, say minister na intimi mba obetuma agikwan akase me intimi mba at the current waiting na member. That is one. Two, obetumi nso akase obema wo deputy no answer questions on your behalf. It is not controversial. Say nye asema obetumi answer and good freer. You can do it all the time. It's been done or it has been done. But when Niamana a person minister ne be answer no, it is only the minister that can give the correct information. Say ne can about even the COVID funds. When you the country buy and we say now almost over I think about 74 million euros for approval, and then our brothers on the MPP side describe it as cheap money. You remember? A man for taxes, I'm the boy, and I'm describe a man and say cheap man, the same for me. And they said that no, as so we book COVID now counter. And Sanaya approve it, and that we need to know what the earlier monies were used for. And this thing has been said over and over. The finance minister is the spokesperson of the government on finance. Into the Obia Bebe Kano, he's always beating about the bush. Or no one bit me. I be answer question. You remember so Oba what do you call it? When he came for the appointment committee, sometimes they renew now appointments now by there was a question about the procurement of the the free health services, the frontier health services airport and all the ministers, including the procurement, they almost went to me here. This is finance minister but when he came, he fails to do that. Now I'm back to the question. The question is that DM Ranoho, the standing orders and the constitution tells us what exactly if a minister because if you refuse, if you so we need concrete reason. That's how you continue to refuse. It's contemptuous. It is a court afraid. Sebra. That's how also reasons why you are not coming. And even if your reasons are given, they are not concrete enough. You get it? It means that one who say parliament for no money idea. That is the first thing. The second thing is that the finance minister must know that the people of this country have given the power to their representative to hold every government responsible and accountable in the discharge of the duty. So you are appearing before, if you appear before Parliament, you are appearing for the people of this country and for the voters who voted you. It is a constitutional function. It is your duty that you have to appear. Naba say no, my speaker and say no any other government business would take place unless the finance minister come to Parliament to give account on the COVID funds. But no, speaker on call fadodo. Say the constitution in the standing orders no, ye sanctions a woman, and only I can say speaker and kase wajuma bia would the baby yenye wajumano. On lawyer Unicef Husseini was saying something say emrani de juma no matter ni nipa na beye. Sir speaker and ye bedru baby because I watch our parliament or no. Sometimes I na the difference between being a parliamentarian and then being a speaker no difference na papa wan we ya etoda obedwen say odaso ye member of parliament say yesi ye de mra no na ye adwuma asotwen no ne speaker kan ye no asotwen no you know they can pass what they call a vote of censure. Okay. So a vote of censure, they can equally say they are passing a vote of no confidence in you. You know, if yes or no, it means that the president would have to withdraw your appointment and replace you. That is also another sanction. Yeah. But speaker na kase association say government business bia the president the speaker knows it, and I know honorable Bagbin speaker very well, and I think all of us we know his competence and so on. Even if there's a law that says that it is Okasana and Chese, the law cannot be worked on because normal what they say is that Saudi Assembly as a tier free the other one the accused fellow. You cannot just put judgment because you have listened to team and the issue is against my brother Ernest. Ernest must be given the right to also be heard from. And I think parliamentary leadership what I know is that in parliament they see what flaw on money. It is often discussed at a business meeting for which speaker now yet presiding. Into no they are leading government business. I'm not leading government. To see our so I'm for budget and but one for any bill and bar. Government business will come to a standstill. It won't work. So the speaker can say that, but at the business meeting, leaders initiate they can know how to go about it. You see, the speaker can say anything, but you see, parliament is about consensus building. Into a consensus building now, speaker no said the finance minister no say carry no. It's like he doesn't respect parliament as an institution. That's how you see. That is, and that's how most people see it. That's how most people see it. And a bit mama, the presiding officer would say something. But at the consensus building level, when even through the appointments committee, there are some of the ministers, I say I reject them, but because of the consensus building, that is why we share parliamentary approvals now. Normally they have what they call unanimous, the majority vote or consensus. Say a majority, it means they have to vote on you. These are all policies, are all modes and modalities are used in parliament to ensure, because say a person you hold on to rigid application of the law as the constitution and stand and the government so there's always flexibility. If a finance minister and Bannon and Crawford then they come in to explain and said we are ready and now, I think the speaker is not someone who is so strict and who is that I would allow you to speak, because the leadership must even discuss it. He's presiding over your friends and over the business of the house. Until do Satan so much compromise, and you come and give, and other businesses will come, because on your media budget, he's here to do all those things, which is for the people of this country anyway. Until by that, it will also put the minister on his toes, and he would have to take parliament now seriously. He must ensure that parliament is a place that he cannot do without. The policies, they must be approved by parliament. They must be done through negotiation, through consensus building, through respect to parliament as a house and to the members of parliament and so. Which also are most at times, Ken Ofori-Atta, I think his problem is coming because he's a direct relative of the president, and sometimes very difficult. Direct relationship with the appointing authority. They respect parliament. 1, 2. Again, if he was a member of parliament, and Kobe respect his own colleagues. Normally, we
the relations to president working. Yenya minister Bia or related to President Bida, is he the first person?
Why?
Because because
you need, yeah.
Maybe can be say or more relations with the president. I say ebia bada.
Yeah.
Ama yemu bibisa. Ntina say ebia bada.
Let me tell you something, my sister. It is a privilege for the government to give an appointment. Say president and appointment because I'm related to him. I have to do my work to bring honor to the presidency and his name. I should be the first fellow to be disciplined. I shouldn't create indiscipline for the president. So president and fan bampo and I no man appointment. They should be the first people should lead disciplined life to show that my emfa dim bonibi emma nipa crowd juman my other people can show that, but not the one who is related to. He should be the first fellow and the last fellow to be doing something so that parliament, because it is the president. You know that. It goes directly because he's the appointing authority. When we say, if the president appoints you, then now I can say, oh, president, they want to me because me papa or me you are rather making the work of the president very difficult for him. And when it does happen, he finds it difficult to remove you, and other people will take on behavior. No more yes, and I affected the whole country and productivity. So for me, I am saying that because I cannot understand why. Because questions no does making for at all. A lot of things people want to clear. Even a lot of things we want to know from parliament, and these things can be done in parliament and done properly. Because over parliament, you have sworn an oath. Into parliamentary hazard, no. Over on one to me chatro. Go chatro pet. Now say a chief a shesa chatra is a big problem for you. Can't go to jail for that. The finance minister must be up and doing. The finance minister must respond to the calls of parliament. He must go to any institution that needs it, because you must give accountability, because that is how you have to do it. There's no other any other way of it.
Yeah, that's honorable. Honorable Timothy Atabuade Awonchim ena yatene nkano ena somayen.
Ebi first of all no yenyina yenyanti ase se ohwe Ghana mamra ene nhihye ya eda Ghana hanum sei na the various arms of government na ebie ni wa ede ne hosa ni nyina omoye adwuma bom and no bruni be ka separation of powers say omudin sa wo way down way na way so down way nti abreni abribia na so you part of the executive so you minister kwa na ma appointment I was here the down parliament and my parliament approve ebi na honorable can once more so it be by consensus it be a unanimous decision it be by majority decision. It is flowing from the principle of separation of powers. Say checks and balance jumantino so ye minister na afebino we juma we na sefata se okobu ho akonta e de kire mrahye bedwafo na no na make a say any responsible and serious government to say yenya ban ye wo so yi no it is in our own interest say ye bebu niama ho konta a chetimemufo sabi enye parliament impo ene be push ye say ye mbu niama ho akonta enche mansa na yebu ye yankase ye nim say to win the confidence of the people no ese say ya na montuo bia ye tubia na yebu hu akonta e de chetimemufo etisane tie bia no aban no ebebu hu akonta na betie honorable nsem kan mu a o start ya pe no di kan ka che o say Yoruba umya be bo figure bi ono to him no na it was different or say finance minister Bobby na different na wa Bobby fufuro so aka different minority leader mu nyina Bobby different. Is that not the most reason why ntia esese ye ma papa ne mre emotimi bobo ane ho Emma information that was all the parliament no timi ba no be presenting or kwan so a yenyina be hu say this is the credible information yenyina edi so nim say a file photo samfo a eno nche say sika na ye de ahye won sa se bebu hu akonta no wo na wa spend this sika ni nyina o eye different departments and agencies of state ana spend this sika no but say ya file photo samfo ne de na wa sede ni se oba be bu sika ne ho akonta pepepe ama obi ehun se sika ye de hye won sa no dwumedi a ye didi ye nie eti se bi se finance minister ba parliament a na ese fata se oba ne kwan so a wetimi coordinate anase ne nsaka sa information we nyina no efi the various relevant agencies no no ba na wokasa wetimi etumri a chiesie se sikei aha ne ye di we koe na ha na we na omudi we ye no bi ehun sa ampa sika na ekọ foto samfo no no dwumedi a ye di sikei di ye nie
honorable honorable enesan honorable no said that chobeye ma kakra minimfa adwuma a omoye wo mrahye bedwam ho no se ye to nsafre minister bia omo gi reply ni se bia da sei ene wo se minister ne ba se minister ni ntumi ma you communicate to parliament ne say bia question no a mo bisa me no miguso boaboa me hu menwie ye menya the needed information ya metumi abe answer question no enti mo ma me more time we nyina no se wutie speaker nkasa ye mu a bibia sa amaye
oh baby and na video am share speaker no they no fra kente ya oti ni che mo o kase what say finance minister nkasa ne kasa
but that was after
no
be me boa
okay that was afterwards okay no they can Serbia you know different for that was afterwards
yes after he didn't come to parliament then he called. But like my sister Nekano, your ma now remember you give excuse or sometimes wait mark say me deputy ne beba answer on my behalf. Normally when it is not a major controversial issue, but dear yes wa you tie free wanum ne dear you must come yourself.
Exactly. No minum you no gitum say we ya dear say you tie free on one enum. But sesa na make am video am she fee speaker so friend no. Me no ka say majority leader any deputy, and even deputy chief whip, I explain it say, or the two omonim say 16 questions now omo dia beto omonim no. As onye anensa kan kata ni nya na mo so oto ne bo no go through answer na we dey wetimi aba be presentation e dia mom. Me dey me feel say sebi enye sa ade a waka se womba. Contrary to san enipa bi pese cheze na o dwane afi omo nche anasa bia osuo so obeba pale anasa o try so obe disrespect omni ade no me fe say sansem ni nyina no ye montungu enye no kre because ebi so wani fi ya udi parliamentary work echi so why parliamentary reporter da when who say sebi minister bi akọ parliament on an urgent question anasa e bisa question bi say minister bi meyi ano na wakoma ya ni bibida anase bibia to na ebro so da enti sebi enti na enwanwa se we no mo so matwe na wo ma no enti na ense say you obia because me to me no there's nothing that is personally going to affect him here also. It is all catch you say. I was say otimi to ne bo hwe nkrata abedi nanim nya no prepare ye no ba media me face I was say yetimi emma sa akwanya na say osi yetimi nya gidie won because in the history of parliamentary practice e my way mu no obi bie ni wa wakọ no ma bibi boni bi akoto na say ya man punitive measures bi a wentimi abuche yeah the soldiers be by
soldiers now
awesome cast honorable these are not too fair where for soldiers the one so ni say ebi ensema ye kan nyina no enye se foto samfo ya ye kan asem ye ru aka no fo yata no sebi sika ni ye sika ye de man say ono as a person no ana ebia wako disburses kana na so de akodi djumedie bi ana ontimi mbu ho akontawo we sana midi kan chem no we ye sika ye de am man for djumedie na different agencies of state ana UC enya ono personally ana wa spending na be sabi so ba no be bu nkonta ni mpo na obi hu se yenyin tumpo ebia ho bi ana tokro bi eda baby a go to the respective agency nipa or this kind share nsa when you sunu kwampa sese o yusu no sa nipa kono na asudie bi dane so enti se wo gina yeru akenofo ata position a ede ne be ma obedwane se on pese obe ko parliament bi bie ni wo se e ma wudwane enti se miti se obi ka se ana odwane fi ma shebedwafo no ma enye no kre ana de di won so ne se ogitum se na sede se as photo sanfo no abrinya no obeba parliament abebu nkonta when I abo keke na we say ye nuanom parliamentarians na nya no munum nsuo twa ope no timi ba no be cheche musa na esitie bia dedi won so ne say eye pe quickly no na ebi mu pese omutum rika na ye ka say say oni yerura Akufo-Addo ewo relationship ni nti no ene no opese or disrespect parliament. First of all minji ndi say so bi pese obu animtia obedi kan to nkra say sebi ene de mentumi amba na emu no mo ma me kakra na information amensaka no me putting it together na membra be explaining chemo so bi mouse eni die na menye sure say obeti maka say sa nipa no opese obu animtia ana so opese o disrespect o ti say sa na ye nua no na chese o man ke kan fa nko kan Yerura Akufo-Addo a chese o mo nto mo da chese bibia ko wo ma o so mo ya no mo twe Yerura Akufo-Addo eni bamia be jema ansa na mo ho atom say be sometimes menti ase
na mo bibia
say be say nukure ni pepepe yo ona bunya boche say be say nukure ni pepepe yo ana mo pese mo di ye adwuma you focus on the issues and the substance and deal with it. Say, look, finance minister, even kwa baby speaker de kofai, and no na woka no. Edu baby na needless bravado. Edu baby no kasa den one beshemu as parliamentary. You see, for instance, mark my words, ni we en sembio yusu ono. So nim say technically, minister biya wo ho kwan say on parliament ebe business. Enti u business no de be fa true leadership na call for discussion. Say bi say wo ka say ombebu ade won akonta o ma enti no who hold on to the business of the day ebia na akwa ba affect me ni umienu nya it is of dire consequences to ye nyina ya brabo so be kaya emri bi etwemu ani eche be some weeks ago Yerura speaker of parliament ya right honorable speaker Bagmi na o complain say parliament ni sika kwa wo se omudidi omudwumedie because sika wo mo nche kwa previous quarter last year and omudidi omudwumedie nana sa asem no duedue mu ane fire by ni say emre na sese wo se ye dey approve budget no na manfo nam needless bravado na nkofo dey to rivo kuntokwa ni ade wo parliament we nyabote ona bunya ma edin eti o abote enu nana mo dey bon tokwa parliament no ebo atwede PM pene ya approve levy yenye se ene wontokwa nyina no ewie chie ko bai on say delays ni ade nyina no ebe affect you manka so madwuma ye omra she abote ona bunya abote. I have never said it wasn't approved.
So release the money.
I said the delays.
No, release it.
Delays, so consequences. And found. I say, I can't. They also and found. They say, oh, the mommy come on, nyabote. So uji tumu say, minister, and I said the executives, all right, say, omudi ejuma eba be dam rashe bejefo, ema mashe mu na mu approvia. Na se muji tumu so say, munsu mu ojumedie say. Ministers eba bebu nkonta amamwa say jumedie ebie ni wa ye dependent on the other Nina, it is mutually exclusive. Obroni besie. And nam baby fako say, I was a baku besi bako so ansana bakwa ye. And to head then after Speaker of Parliament, no, etimbema condition precedent. We say, chinchina chia, so mebu nkontane dia ni business bia. Me to me, I feel say it is needless. And nya dia wasenka or chichim mashebeja for niko jina sa tibiano. Sebi, na watch intem eni echi, ebi, ana na watch ewechi. Now what I mean, we if you know ukosi next week ukiara, it's just a matter of few days. And now ukos and rechi ukwade ekosi next week it's just some few days. And you know, and we here say obeki keki kan sana sebi yempeni foka openi diamante mante. So tina bedroom eki kan sembisa. One share no wako create some enmity between some relationship na ye between both the executive and the legislature no. Now we say relationship no. Now kwa say wo personal way say bi because sebi me sure say senke the same amanyo kuo no emu nipa ananke serve as speaker. Definitely, and I say serve as president. There's no way you rap back and could make statement, you know, make it. It's in what Bisa say, Timupo Bang and or didn't make it sad. But what he ought to know, they say, so frustrated government business or frustrated on Rankasano.
It's not frustrated. Yes,
no, yes, of course,
it's good governance.
No.
It is not frustrating.
I have not yet on Abu Dhabi. And someone Minka say good governance. I have admitted it, say. In line with the principles of good governance and accountability.
Yes, you said that.
Yes, I've said
and
that.
Everybody has said
and you say a good governance say as Marche Bejafono. Say business it is not dependent on that. Dependent
but
on
when
that.
him say
is it dependent on that?
No, my brother, listen to me.
No,
all other ministers have come to the anytime from Amoba. It is the attitude
ministers
of the finance.
The same.
No, I'm not saying that.
You cannot call this an attitudinal issue. It is an attitudinal issue. No,
but you've seen it, and it is not even me and your parliament. Even members of one ministers.
Go back in your previous government. Say this challenge I can't see.
Now Honorable Timothy Atabuade Awonchim, former MP for Busa North, and NSC Kumima, you free menace, MPP communication team member and former parliamentary candidate Akwetia.